Hey guys, so the new trailer for Reverse 999 Chinese version has just been released, and I'm watching this through Devibul's channel. So, if you haven't watched it, you want to watch the full one without interruption or me commenting, drop by Devibul's channel to watch the video. Anyway, I have some comments or basically something to talk about, especially on the new characters and some of the events. So let's watch this together, and when it comes to that part, I will maybe pause the video or something and then add my commentary. Alright, so let's start.
What was it that we wanted? To be remembered as heroes. Or to perish and be forgotten. Yet we knew we never had a choice.
The flames of perdition follow at your heels.
What? You killed them all.
But you may yet be cleansed.
Stop. Stay away from me.
Repent.
What are you? You goddamn monster.
We have a situation. The Colonel was just taken out within our safe zone.
Eyes up.
Who are you? We do have a confirmed sighting of the sniper.
Sniper.
The Manus are probably lurking nearby. Take Marshall with you. Find them.
Years of war has deeply shaken our faith and our resolve.
I'll come find you after the war ends. How does that sound?
I now know the true cause of the conflict. And I have seen the face of the true enemy. Farewell, Charon.
I want you to save yourself.
On the 11th hour, this war will come to an end.
Scheiße! Scheiße! Deckung! Sanitäter! Hilfe!
Alright, so the new summable character, the first one, is Sentinel. She is the mineral unit. So, mineral unit is always related to buffs, okay, and defense. So she has something going on regarding her skin, where she can turn into like a gargoyle or something, like she has a wing behind there. So she probably has something to do like being a tank, but she's a sniper, so there's a possibility that she has some bullet in her kit. Okay, so it's going to be like maybe a bullet defensive, but it's a bit unclear now because she does have that gargoyle skin thing going on, which means she can function as a tank. But with the entire video showing how she's just being a sniper, there's a possibility that she can be a DPS as well. And usually in one patch there should be a DPS, and the other character that we will talk about in a moment doesn't seem to be like a full-fledged DPS. It seems more like Sentinel will be the DPS, but at the same time she will have something to do with defense. So here I'm guessing that she might have a shield mechanic as well. So maybe something similar to Babel or something, and she might have some follow-up, maybe like shooting bullets, like something like Argus. Okay, anyway, overall I'm thinking maybe, because there's also a relation with the previous patch, right? So the previous patch was Nautica and Moldier. Maybe Sentinel will have something to do with like getting hit, and then she absorbed the damage, and later she basically turned all this damage and riposted it back to the enemy. So maybe she reflects a certain damage that the enemy inflicts on the team. Okay, so the harder the enemies hit, the more damage you reflect back. Maybe. Okay, so it's pretty interesting. I do hope that we do have some form of like a shield meta team setup. Some mentioned that she might also work with the Blood Tie team, which is with Nautica, but I kind of think that we kind of have good enough representation for HP reduction that works very well with Nautica, that we don't need another similar setup with Sentinel. So I do hope it's going to be something related to shield and bullets. That will be interesting. The second character here is Charon. So he is spirit, and again, another male character that doesn't have a face. So since like Aleph doesn't Aleph is wearing a mask, and then you have Ulrich, which has a aquarium for his head, and yeah, he's basically that Pharaoh fluid. That's what he is. Yeah, doesn't have a face as well. And now you have this who doesn't have a face and having this entire cloth covering him up. His whole team is related to death, right? So here I'm guessing, and also with this flower, and let's see, is there any more things coming up? Okay, firing rain out. Flowers. Okay, so I'm guessing he might have something to do with Moribund. Okay, something like Necrologist, where Necrologist gave the entire party prayers, but for him, hopefully it will be Moribund stacks. So he's like able to give a lot of Moribund stacks, so you can die multiple times but not actually dying. And we do know from when the alarm sound, that stage gave free Moribund stacks. It is kind of good, like when you have several stacks and then you can tank a lot of damage from the enemy. So I really want him to have that. I think there's something very interesting that we can have, and it can help out the HP reduction team. So he might be another character that will fit into Nautica's team rather than Sentinel. Okay, I do hope that Charon will do that. And that also means that there will be some synergy with other characters like Jay repaused, and you know, everyone's complaining that the problem with Jay is that he dies pretty easily. So if you have this Moribund stack, like you have 2-3 stacks, then you will save up, it will make Jay more viable. So I really hope that's what Charon will do. Okay, and for costume we have Radio, which I don't really care. Flutter page, okay, pretty nice. Okay, cool. Which is why one of that character maybe will be related to follow-up attack. So it's kind of fit like, you know, what Flutter page has. And look at this. This is Jay. Alright, I really like this armor knight, which is why I like A-Knight and Lilia's costume. So now Jay having this is really interesting. That sword is awesome. Yeah, pretty good. But this one, I was expecting him, come on, ride a horse, right? You are having all this armor in this setup. You shouldn't be riding a bike. It should be a horse. All right, so yeah, Jay finally get his costume. Okay, Jay finally get his costume after so long, and to me it's a pretty good one. And yes, so Jay kind of like is featured, so which is why I'm guessing that Charon probably will have that kind of gameplay, so he can work with Jay, right? Or Sentinel as well, with that, you know, absorbing damage and reflecting back, that also synergizes pretty well with Jay as well. So yeah, so that's my take on this new character and the current costume that we have. But you know, not all the time the costume has a relation to the new character's kit. Okay, it might also be with the Euphoria units. Okay, this is Samwise, very nice. A new costume for her. Okay, new stories. What is this? Oh, this is just the 3.0. Okay, this is probably their story chapters. And then we have Tennant Anecdote. So what I'm thinking here is that now it is more likely that Sentinel will be a bullet character, because now we have Tennant, which is a bullet character, and this means that we will be getting a 5-star side cube, and I think this 5-star side cube is going to be related to bullet. So like if your team have 1 bullet, 2% damage dealt, so now you have like 5 bullet, then 10% damage dealt, maybe something like that. So they might be bringing in the bullet meta unit now. More events. Okay, free pools. Not sure what this is. Alright. More gameplay. Okay, I'm not sure what this is as well. But Utu is coming back, that's great. And Main's Bulletin. Main's Bulletin is coming back, and we are having this new boss, which is the Tuesday boss. And that Tuesday boss has been pretty crazy most of the time. Even in the previous, when the alarm sound, this boss was pretty crazy. So I'm not sure what they are doing with Main's Bulletin. I'm not sure how they are revamping it, but I do hope it is not like before. Before, the reconstruction stacks kind of allowed us to cheese it, especially if you have a character that do so much damage that you passes several phases and the enemy only get 2 stacks. Right? This is how you boost your damage to like 10 million, 20 millions. Is you are actually exploiting the reconstruct function, or the reconstruct mechanics, right? Supposedly, you are supposed to kill the enemy 1 phase at a time. So each phase they get 2 stacks of reconstruct, making them stronger, making them hit harder, and it's supposed to challenge how many phases can you pass before you die to the enemy. So in that case, you need to balance up in terms of defense and offense if you want to proceed and try to go phase after phase for Main's Bulletin. But when Winsong came, or you have some character that do really high damage in 1 round, then you bypass that mechanics. So it start to have this so which is why now you see the score is pretty crazy. So I do hope they revamp Main's Bulletin, maybe to, I'm not sure what they want to do, or they can put a damage cap. Like, you know, the first few phases in Main's Bulletin, you get 20 score, then after that, whatever extra damage is not counted for, then after that you move to the next phase. So they can implement something like that, 1 phase after another. And one more thing that I dislike about Main's Bulletin, which renders some of the characters' kit useless, especially those that does riposte, is that the enemy don't attack if you hit them hard enough and bring them 1 phase to another, because they don't attack as well. So I do hope that now, regardless, they will attack us. Again, the whole reason is to encourage us to have a balance between offense and defense, right? And this kind of makes sense with the release of character like Sentinel, like Charon. If they are really what I think they should be, then they will play very well to balance things up between offense and defense. And to me, that will give a more interesting gameplay to main Bulletin, and this will really give a better judge on the current meta, on how a character is actually important for your team, and how to have a very good team building aspect so that we can use more characters and trying to form better gameplays, right? But this is just my take, okay? We finally have the last, this should be the last, Myth Manifest for Reveries. So I believe Reveries is about to end. Maybe 450, after that will be 500, and that's it. But anyway, Reverie is permanent, so it's great. So initially I thought one of the character will be Intellect. I do predicted that one of them should be Mineral. That's because out of all the character affiliators, Mineral is the one that has the least number of characters. So, and when I saw the name Sentinel and Charon, I thought one of them must be Mineral, because Sentinel represent like a tank or something. So, and that always resonates to the Mineral affiliators being a tank or related to buffs. On the other hand, Charon is related to like the earth, like death and everything, and we have like Necrologist who represents that. So I thought he will be the same as Necrologist and having Mineral. But yeah, in the end, Sentinel was Mineral, and I thought the other one will definitely be Intellect character in order to suit this Myth Manifest. But end up it is a Spirit, which is fine, nothing wrong with that. But anyway, for this Myth Manifest, this Intellect one, what I think, the Spirit one is related to Out. This one, could it be related to follow-up attacks? I'm not sure. Because follow-up attacks, each of the branches, like if you use the Mineral Myth Manifest, it also have follow-up attack. You use the Beast Myth Manifest, it also supports follow-up attack. So here I'm not too sure. And the only team that is Intellect and have a specific archetype is Dynamo. And this thing is a robot. So definitely Dynamo will be one of the pathway. But I don't think they will have all 4 paths and all 4 of it will be related to Dynamo. So we have to see. But one of it will definitely be Dynamo. Okay, Euphoria character. Great. Again, I'm not sure why we are getting Druvis, the third Euphoria, a second one. Like, we have so many characters not getting Euphoria, why they keep giving the second Euphoria to the characters. And then we have Gutian, and then we have Centurion. The reason with Centurion is pretty obvious. The previous patch was Moldier, so that's a relation. So Centurion would definitely be a team together with Moldier, Melania, to form the ultimate team. Not sure she will be a partial support or even a sustain for that team, or a DPS. It is really a mix. Not too sure, but she will belong to that team nonetheless. Gutian array was for reality, so it's hard to say what exactly will Gutian brings. I don't want him to be like really just for reality, because I find it better if we can mix reality and mental units. But we will see. Anyway, for Druvis, this is something, it might be related to poison. Okay, because Jessica gotten a new Euphoria as well last patch, and it's a poison Euphoria. Okay, and it was a bit odd why Jessica suddenly get a poison Euphoria in the previous patch, because there's no content that actually requires us to use poison, and all the units that we get, Nautica, Outreach, Moldier, has nothing to do with poison as well. So I was expecting that this patch 3.0 will have something to do with poison. Okay, so maybe Charon kits will be a mix of poison with Moribunds, and him being a spirit unit means it can function in either team. But then again, if you have poison, another spirit, then you have a mix with Tuesday. Okay, but now if you think about it, if you have Moribund, and let's say the Moribund will provide some healing, So now Charon will be the sustain for the poison team. But then you have Sotheby, right? So where exactly that lies, and where exactly Druvis will fit into this as well. Suddenly there's like a bit too many poison if you really think about it. If Druvis now will come in as a poison unit, and then you have the new character Charon will come in as a poison unit. So yeah, so let us wait until their full kit is released, then I will do another video to talk about that. Alright, Tuesday, Argus, Wilderness. Alright, so basically that's all for this video. Yeah, so I hope you are as excited as I am for this new patch. It's pretty interesting. And also, Aleph will be coming soon. For me, it's just another 3 hours. So good luck to all of you who are pulling. Okay, so peace out and have a good day.